I'm going to go ahead and start off asking what your name is and what you do. What is your role on this project?
Yes, so my name is Jonathan Jacques-Belletête, and I'm the art director of Deus Ex Human Revolution. So, I spent 4 years trying to make the pixels pretty.
Okay, so you've been working on this game for 4 years in development?
Something like that, yeah.
Did you work at all with the previous titles in the franchise?
Not at all, no.
No? Okay, and did you guys pull in any of the development team from the previous titles for this one? It's a whole new team, fresh start.
Entirely.
Were you guys huge fans of the previous titles?
Oh, yeah.
Is that why you guys decided this?
That's the only reason why we left whatever we're doing to do this. When there's no studio, there's no team, there's no tech, there's no direction yet, even, and you still decide to jump head first. You have a good reason, and Deus Ex was the perfect reason.
Very nice. What other games has your guys' development team worked on in the past?
The team itself, man, it goes anywhere from, Far Cry franchise to the Prince of Persia to Assassin's Creed to even Mass Effect, Army of Two.
And yourself?
Myself, lots of Far Cries, Instincts. So when I say lots, because there's 360 and the Xbox version, but only Instincts and expansion. And after that, Avatar at Ubisoft. But that's the game that I actually left to come on Deus Ex. So the final product was not on it anymore. But that's the game I was on before. Touch a whole bunch of stuff: Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, and when I started kind of what I call my university of games. Was at a company called Behavior, which was mostly some Warner Brothers stuff and some Looney Tunes stuff and lots of licenses. But it's cool because it's PlayStation 1 and that's that's where you learn the basics, right?
Yeah, I mean that's where gaming really kind of took off as far as graphical. Yeah. It's like went from a 16-bit sprite to an actual 3D graphic. So working on this game for the past 4 years, you guys are starting to really see it come together. How's the fan base been treating you as far as reception? Like, have you guys been receiving?
No, but here's what I mean. No, the fans been amazing. I've met a lot of them. I was in London not too long ago. One of the main guys on the community. His name is his community name is Ashbolt. Great bloke. We had an amazing night with him. He's one of the really kind of the most pragmatic, smartest one. But still, like there's a lot of stuff he did not like about what we're doing, and a lot of the hardcore fans, stuff like Auto Regen and the third-person takedown and stuff like that. But we were convinced that we had the Deus Ex recipe, that it had the soul and the essence of the Deus Ex, and after that, it was about kind of grafting our own, feelings and emotions and ideas around it, and we were really convinced that it worked. And something happened recently that I can't talk about. It's been an event. And this event had made certain people kind of knowing more about the game suddenly, and now they love it.
That's cool. Now, did you guys draw influence on particular this style of gameplay? Because it is a change from previous entries. This one is definitely. It incorporates a lot more into kind of like streamline. Deus Ex in the past has been kind of like a underground hardcore, hardcore gamers loved it. It was kind of post-circuit. It was popular, huge among the fan base.
The fan base and the games industry, that.
But as far as like a normal average thing, it's not
Modern Warfare.
Yeah, exactly. But when you guys advertised this one, something I commented strongly on last year, and was I love the fact that you're working with Square also right now.
Well, they own us.
Yeah.
But this game has really been developed by us.
The thing I've always loved is that companies they do a good. I think they do a good job managing as far as trailers and stuff like that. Because that's the kind of thing I remember last year seeing that trailer. I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm blown away. Like the best thing I saw at the show was this last year when we were checking it out. Now, do they come in themselves and be like, hey, we want you guys to build something absolutely outstanding that will draw in old fans again. Let us give you some help, or is this you guys like, hey, we want to do this for you, kind of thing?
Yeah, well, the demand of what to do with Deus Ex and to resurrect it and all that kind of stuff was very clear before the acquisition of by Square Enix. So that kind of demand of there's only one way to do it, and it's kick-ass, or we don't do it, was an IDUS, the man, right? Which was obviously very well understood by Square Enix once they acquired us. And then what's amazing about our cooperation with Square Enix is that they had total faith in what we were doing. You know, obviously when we looked at it and they analyzed it, you know, we had to show them, you know, what we were doing. But the great thing is that, you know, Square Enix did not acquire a Western company for nothing, is that they want to have that flavor, right? They want to have that direction. And I think they fully understand that if they over-influence the work of their Western companies, it's going to be a bit paradoxical to the concept of having part of those companies. So they really let us do our stuff. Often people say, you know, they feel like there's a bit of a, and not just in the trailers, but even in the game, there's a bit of a either Square Enix touch in the visuals or a bit of an anime, whatever. And that was their way, straight from the beginning, even before they acquired us, because that's what me and my team of artists and stuff like that were really big fans of the Japanese games and Japanese culture and animes, and we finally had carte blanche to finally put that aesthetic in a Western game. So that's really all from us. And I'm not saying this in a way to take anything away from Square Enix. I'm just saying it's actually more of an homage, really.
Okay.
And I think it's actually why when they saw this, that they were like, this is fine, man. You know?
Yeah. So speaking of the anime influences and stuff like that, I gotta ask. So were you drawing hugely into cyberpunk stuff, like such as Ghost in the Shell? It was the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw that trailer a year ago. Spec Ops team, and it's all about companies controlling the universe and like different hiring mercenaries and stuff like that. You guys draw a huge influence. Like you're like, all right, let's watch all this. You know.
Yeah. I think there's archetypes and canons in cyberpunk, right? So it's never specifically from Blade Runner or from Kira or from Ghost in the Shell or from William Gibson's books. It's just really those are the they're the archetypes or the motifs really, and we just had to use them in our own flavor or recipe. And so it looks like Blade Runner. It looks like Ghost in the Shell. But it also looks like I think something that's really our own our own vision of a cyberpunk world, which was really important for us. You know.
Yeah. Now, are you guys gonna? Now, is there any ties at all to the previous stories from the previous games in this one game?
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a prequel, right?
It's a prequel.
It's a little bit more than 30 years before the first one, like 35 or something like that, if I remember properly. So obviously JC Denton is not born yet. He's born in 28 or 29, something like that. But yeah, there's cameos and there's little winks to certain characters or events or characters that know characters. So the great thing about having a prequel, it's almost like a genesis. And what's good is that it tells new players that it's fine. You didn't have to play the other ones. And also it tells our amazing hardcore fan base that if you think about it, it's really cool because you're gonna live what happened before that universe, or not the universe, but before the events that you love so much,
All right, and so since the game's completed, shipping in August, I believe.
23rd.
August 23rd. Are you guys already looking forward to your next project or DLC for this game for future missions?
Can't talk about anything.
Okay.
We'll take a really nice, big, long vacation.
After 4 years?
Yeah, that's really what I'm focusing on right now. I'm trying to think what I'm going to be doing, and we'll see what the future holds.
Oh, cool. I mean, that's pretty much all the questions I have on the game. I really look forward to playing it. Thank you for taking time.
Thanks, man.
Just joining us.
All right.